What's up, everybody? It's your boy JD back again with another video. You guys know what time it is. It's time to hop back in that Reborn Rich. So we about to go and get into it, see what's in store for us today. But before we do, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Want to take supporting further? Patreon link is in the description below. Also join the TheOtakuFix membership and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video or go live on the channels. Let's go and get into it, man. Am I the majority holder as things stand? Aside from your father, you are, sir. What if I took the shares from my guys? Do you think I have a realistic chance against father? I'm afraid you still wouldn't. If you don't inherit a good chunk of his shares, you won't be able to secure enough for the ownership. What happens to the share of ownership status of everyone in the event of his death? They're like, oh, please don't get the wrong idea. Thinking about my father's age, it wouldn't be weird if he develops an illness and passes tomorrow, and nobody in the corporation, as far as I'm aware, has come up with an action plan for tragedies like that. Oh, I see. Mr. Jin would inherit 23%, and each of his children about 15% of what Mr. Jin holds, as things stand. What about the will? Do you know if there is a legally effective one? We can't be sure. What I can tell you now is that nobody in the legal team of the corporation has received a separate will from Mr. Jin, but there is a chance one of his personal attorneys could have. But sir, I personally can't help but think there wouldn't be one. Why do you think so? Because the inheritance tax amount would be beyond ridiculous. He probably dedicated a good chunk of his time to work around it. If there is a will, it will most likely only be about his personal property, like his home, land, and other assets. He'd been bombarded with tax unless he exploited the loopholes and gradually gave his shares to his children over time. That is why most conglomerate families resort to such shady methods when the owner is still alive. And I know my father well enough to know that he wouldn't just pay those taxes. Let's assume there isn't a separate will. What will happen to the ownership if the shares are inherited equally by the children? That would complicate things. It would largely depend on who teams up with whom. What if mother sides with me? We will need time to come up with accurate numbers. Hasn't Song-Yi Jin, the third eldest son, declared support to you already? As long as you win over his and Mrs. Jin's loyalty, you'll win the race without a problem. It's not too bad. But I still think it's best to work on the inheritance process before father passes away. I almost forgot, there's an X factor. About 17% of the shares were given away along with Suyang Motors deal. And I heard Seon Miracle Investments is quite close with Youngji Jin. Yoonji only cares about the movie industry and isn't interested in the feud. That should be alright. I think I get the big picture. You may leave. This man about to plot something filthy. This man is about to plot something filthy, bro. I can see it. I can see it. This man is plotting the most ridiculous coup I've ever seen. He looked like he ready for it. He looked like he ready for the coup. Can't believe I now have to keep an eye on my youngest brother, whom we all play no role in this war. Boy, I got a feeling somebody about to die. Or getting ready to. Just what are you thinking, father? You know, even you will pass away someday. And you won't be taking any of your wealth with you, so why leave the likely source of a conflict unattended? And to think the youngest is now heavily involved. I really was praying Yoonji and his family would stay out of the feud for good. I just hope Youngji, that dumb idiot, doesn't do anything rash. Boy, you... Woo! Where's he taking me this early in the morning? I could guess we're on our way to South Chungcheong or Jeolla Province by the route we're taking. Dojin? Yeah. You must be curious as to where we're headed right now. You're spot on. I am. But I couldn't bring myself to ask you this question because of how solemn you looked. Our destination is where it all started. Birthplace of Sun Yang in Gunsong. Gunsong and the birthplace of Sun Yang. I studied Sun Yang's history like my life depended on it in my previous life. It was where Joseon Rice Granary was located. The company was among valuable assets forfeited by the Japanese after Korea's independence. Yang Cho-jin was given ownership of Joseon Rice Granary by the government and appropriated grain, and used the money from its sales to found Suyang Corporation and raise it to what it is today. Is Joseon Rice Granary still around? How do you even know about Joseon's rice granary? He like, oh. I read it in a book. I read some of your interviews across magazines and newspapers. It's something every single executive in Sunyang knows. Of course, I did a bit of research. You always manage to put a genuine smile on my face. I have a dozen or so grandchildren, but all they care about is getting more money from me. You're probably the only one that knows how I accumulated such wealth. U.S. military sequestered that granary during the Korean War. I regained possession of it way later. Now it's a historical museum. I donated it to the government because I thought it was for the greater good. The building's well taken care of without me having to spend a dime on it thanks to that. Historical museum? Does that mean I could read about your story there? No way, that was the condition of the donation. Who in their right mind would want people to know about the act of stealing from the business? Oh, so the government actually knew. That's when I realized that criminals are criticized and reprimanded for minor thefts, but not for big heists to unlawfully gain big wealth. Do you understand why? Because it's difficult to fight against someone with a lot of money? That's one of the reasons, but the biggest is because real thieves are in positions of power and authority. All you have to do is give them a little bit of your unlawful gain, and they'll turn a blind eye on you. So that's how this corrupt relationship between the government and corporations began. Then the rights you've appropriated from the granary. Yeah, I shared the profit from the sales with people with power. I used the remainder to build plants and founded a company. I didn't even have enough to count how much money I had made. I reinvested everything I earned on expanding the business at the time. More and more factories and buildings were rebranded as those of Sunyang. Now, however, defending what I have is the biggest of my concerns. It's a pain in the butt. Then, was the decision to turn your back against your own brother made in order to protect Sunyang? He backstabbed his own flesh and blood, earning himself the moniker of Iron Face. I wonder what went through his mind. No, it was for me to survive. Does he really have no remorse whatsoever about selling out his own brother as long as it guaranteed his survival? Shortly after the military government took over, it began to confiscate assets from the rich in order to get on good side with the working class. My brother was like the director of manufacturing, overseeing plants at the time. He didn't know a thing about management. Sunyang was targeted by the military government. It was either him or me that was going to be on the receiving end of the fury. There was not a shred of doubt. Other suckers were going to devour Sunyang for themselves in my absence, so I became ruthless and sold my brother out. Did he really do that reluctantly so as to prevent Sunyang from being torn apart, or just to have everything all by himself? Nobody knows. How about you? I'm asking if you're also cold-blooded enough to turn your back on your own family in order to protect what's yours. Should I tell him how I honestly feel? Or should I give him an answer he wants to hear? I don't think I can decide easily. I know somebody is not about to hit us, bro. Do not tell me somebody is about to kill us, fam. Who put the hit? Who put the hit out, bro? I fucking knew it. Dog. Don't tell me Gramps died, bro. Don't tell me Not like this. Not like this, man. Not like this, bro. No, fam. Bro. I knew when he was talking that bullshit he was gonna try. Oh, I knew it. Damn. That's it for today's video, man. Hope you guys enjoy. You did. Make sure to drop a like, sub to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about everything that happened in the comment section below. Also, you guys want to keep up with me, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, links, all of that is in the description as well. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.